ditches of water. To understand this story, you're going to have to understand the geography of what's going on here. If you have a book of biblical maps, this would be a good one to get that out and to find out where is Moab, where is Edom, where is Judah, and where is Israel. The way you're looking at it, to the west of the Dead Sea, you have way over here, you have the Mediterranean. Now, between the Mediterranean and the Dead Sea, you have mountains that go way up and then down. Up at the top, you have Jerusalem and Bethel and Bethlehem and all the cities that are along the top of the ridge. Coming down to the Dead Sea, you have the wilderness part. Now, all of this over here is Judah. So the Dead Sea is here, and everything over to the Mediterranean, except for what the Philistine has, kind of in the south, this is all Judah, going up to Jerusalem and down to the Dead Sea. On the east side is Moab. Moab is on the east side of this Dead Sea. Now, going across the top right here, going north, is Israel. Now, up in this area, there's a country of Ammon. Now, they didn't used to be little, but David pretty well humbled them down to a small country at this time. Edom is down below, down at the bottom. So what Israel did, they came down to Judah, picked up Judah with King Jehoshaphat, went down across the bottom of the Dead Sea where Edom is at, picked up their army, came up over on the east side of the Dead Sea, which is desert. Now, once they got there, they knew the area. They were surprised they were without water because there was a spring there. They thought there'd be plenty of water, and there wasn't. The spring was dried up, and so they were caught out here in this desert, in the land of Moab. They were vulnerable. Now, they could have come right straight down, but they were going to surprise them. They came around the bottom and came up. Interesting, the Moabite king that is in this story is Mesha. Mesha is the one that rebelled against Israel. Interesting, he wrote about it. We actually have copies of his writings. It's called the Moabite Stone. It was about 3 feet high, 2 feet wide, and about 14 inches thick. And Mesha wrote about his rebellion to Israel. It's kind of interesting to have this king write about this very story. Elisha told the 3 kings what they were to do. What he told them was totally conquer Moab. They were to stop up the wells, ruin the fields, cut down the trees, conquer all the cities. And they were in the process of doing that, but the sacrifice of the Moabite prince worked. The king took his son up there and sacrificed him. It enraged his own people and made the enemies disgusted, and they just turned and went home. Consequently, Moab was still an independent country, quite ruined, but still was not under subject to Israel. They became strong and eventually attacked Judah and Israel in time. God meant for this country to be humbled, destroyed, brought under subject, but they did not do what God wanted. And consequently, Moab came back to bite them. Well, come back next week when we continue on with more story insights on the story of the week. We'll see you next week.